brilliant speed with vibrant service, vibrant broadband internet.
Okay, we're at 10:30, and guess what that means? That means
It's time to be vibrant.
it's going to be a great day to be vibrant. And there's, before we get too far going into it as well, I wanted to play one other song. I don't know if it's appropriate or not.
Oh, what do we got?
The Minions.
Happy birthday to you.
Huh?
Happy birthday to you.
The Minions.
I was just kind of looking at something that I saw online.
Happy Birthday by the Minions.
Right?
Well, I figure you guys are kind of the Minions from Vibrant.
We are the Vibrant
Yeah,
Minions.
That's true. That's a good point.
I don't know which Vibrant Minions have you got here, Nathan?
True. So thanks for having us. Thanks for the welcome.
Sure.
So just to introduce, my name is Nathan,
I'm Jane.
I'm Shane.
And I'm Bo.
and we got 4 of us today, so a full house.
Oh boy,
And of course, Randy's here, or not Randy. Woody's here.
he was here yesterday.
Was he really?
Yeah, he was.
Yes.
Blast from
I
the
heard,
past.
I heard he was here, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk about him in a few minutes, which is why I mentioned his name. But
There you go.
So the happy birthday is not our anniversary today, but this is our 100th radio show.
It's amazing.
There you go.
Vibrant You Live. It's been on KLFD here. This is our
100th
100th
time.
show. Wow. Basically every week since we started was like fall of 2022, I think. So.
Yeah.
So yeah, kind of how it all came together was, Vibrant's been around for a number of years now, and we launched Vibrant U. We had some classes, some events to educate people, and we started educating people on internet, and then we had our Dreaming of Streaming class because we don't offer cable TV. Vibrant doesn't, but so many people are starting to realize the benefits of streaming and whether they can save money or get more programming and better channels, stuff like that. So we started the Vibrant U classes to teach people how to stream, and then we just kept getting great feedback. Hey, we love learning. We love that you guys can teach. There's no other places that do free educational classes on stuff like this. So we partnered with KLFD here to do a weekly show and educate people on all kinds of topics: Vibrant, streaming, cybersecurity. We'll talk about some of the stuff we've covered over the last 100 episodes, 100
Yeah.
shows. So,
Yeah.
Bo, why don't you tell us kind of, how our first show ever? Why don't you kind of highlight what we talked about
boy.
there?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, actually, the idea came from Tim Mergen, who was our CEO at the time. He suggested, like, you know what, we want to get this education out to as many people as possible, and like, what better way to do it than have a radio show here at KLFD? And so he ended up being our first guest, and so we introduced the show. We walked through kind of the idea behind it, and then Shane's going to talk a little bit about kind of what goes into the background of the behind the scenes for the shows.
The making of.
Yeah,
The making of. I
Yeah.
remember being approached by Tim, and he wanted to do a radio show. And I've done podcasting before, which you can at your leisure just, podcast whenever. But a radio show, I mean, you have to be like here at a certain time every week and that kind of thing. And he wanted a weekly show, and I'm thinking, I don't know, can we do it every other week? I mean, can it be twice a month kind of a thing? And nope, he wanted it every week. And I'm thinking, how are we going to come up with like 52 subjects to talk about with Vibrant, and pieces of education? So then, you really have to drill down, and met with the sales team, and we came up with like a bunch of ideas, spurred mostly on questions that we get asked or they get asked as they're getting people signed up for Vibrant. And so that's kind of what started the whole idea of the show. And we just talk about different things like we want to talk about Vibrant, of course, but that's kind of just a side thing. I mean, we want to educate people about different subjects about internet. I usually what I'll do is we'll take the subject, I'll create an outline, I give it to the sales team, they go through it and massage it and adjust it to however they want the show to go.
Yeah, try to make it personal.
Yeah.
And,
Yep. So then once that's done, then we kind of meet together as a sales team and then basically break it down and then kind of add our own things, and then we practice as well just to make sure we get the timing correct and who's doing what and how they're doing it, and then we seem a little bit professional when we come here now.
We try. We try.
She said we see.
From the outside looking in, maybe it looks very professional.
Yeah.
But we have a good time, and we've all enjoyed coming to the radio show, meeting with you guys here at KLFD, and we've made it fun. I think we've kind of made it our own, and we joke around. We say happy birthday. We it's we're local. It's not. We're not trying to take things too seriously. We do like to have a good time, but we like educating people.
And the bottom line is the wizard behind the curtain is Shane. I mean, he does everything.
The executive producer.
He is the executive producer.
Well, thank you. The idea when I was approached about the show, it's like, well, how do I create this show? And I wanted the show to be more conversational, more like you've invited us into your homes by turning on the KLFD, and we want to just have a conversation with you and teach you something or educate you on different things. And so I wanted the show to be more conversational and less this is less technical, I guess.
Well, I would say so.
Yeah.
I mean, it's technical, but less technical than the real mainstream just answer a question with a padded answer thing.
Right.
Exactly.
So then after we're done with the show, then Shane does the behind the scenes stuff too.
Yeah, so I thought, well, how can I expand this to make it more permanent? So I record the show every week, and then I put that up on our YouTube channel, and then I post it on Facebook as well. And so people can go back and watch the different shows, and we'll talk about them in this show, some of our favorites coming up shortly.
So when are we going syndicated?
Well, actually, I mean, if you want to share the YouTube video, be my guest.
YouTube and Facebook are worldwide.
Exactly.
Okay, so this is a worldwide show,
That's
really.
right. Yeah. They're playing this in Australia, I'm sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so I mean, some of our first subjects we talked about obviously was Vibrant, because Vibrant is a new service, a new
Especially in
fiber
Litchfield,
internet service in Meeker County and Litchfield, and now we're expanding to all kinds of areas beyond Meeker County. So we wanted to talk about that to start with. We also wanted to bring in the co-op, because the co-op, Meeker Co-op, owns Vibrant, or it's a part of Meeker Co-op. And so to talk about what that is. So people in the rural community know Meeker Co-op, but a lot of people in the towns, they have the municipal electricity. They don't know what Meeker Co-op is or what it meant for people in the rural area, bringing electricity to everybody in 1935. And so we started Vibrant to kind of be that same kind of a thing. So we're the first entity to bring fiber to the masses in rural Minnesota, in Meeker County and in Litchfield, obviously, right?
Yeah.
So that was kind of our first shows. And Bo, you can talk about some other subjects that we've talked about as well.
Yeah, I mean, if you've tuned into the show, you've heard us talk about streaming. We try to hit on that probably once, like every couple months. One, because it saves people money. It gives you flexibility on what you want to watch for your TV shows, your movies. And that if you already learned how to stream, we have all been streaming for a long time, there's still things to learn. There's new streaming services. There's different ways to stream. I guess there's now with the sports, the NFL, it used to be it's on CBS, on your local TV stations, and now Amazon airs games. Peacock airs games. So if you're a huge sports fan, you got to be into streaming to watch all the games live. So that's why we touch on it all the time, because there's updates to it, and there's just new ways and better ways to go about getting your TV. And when people switch internet and they've had satellite or they've had cable, it's kind of a big pain point. So we want to just be as helpful as we can to just educate people on the best way to get their TV.
Yeah, some other shows, that we've done smart home products. What is a smart home product? That's your Amazon Echo Dot, speakers, your Google speakers, your smart doorbells, your indoor cameras. These days, your microwave or refrigerator might be a smart product. So we kind of had a fun show about that. And then voice assistants, similarly, whether you're a Siri person, an Alexa person, a Google person, what can you use your voice to do these days? How can you control your stuff at home, and how do you speak into it, and what's the best fit for you depending on what kind of equipment you have and stuff. So those are popular shows we've done as well as just educating people about the technology when it comes to internet, like Wi-Fi and stuff.
Right. So Wi-Fi is wireless internet. So when you get a router, you can go wherever you want to go and have wireless internet throughout your whole home. And then the quality there is it's really strong, we make sure that that's taken care of, and then if not, there's another fancy thing called the mesh system, so that we can put another router out there for you. So those are great tools, and in addition to that, we also have Wi-Fi calling. So if you're in a place like Forest City and you need Wi-Fi calling, it's perfect
you
to
do.
have. And you do. You definitely do. So,
Hey, it's not just Forest City. In my basement, if I didn't have Wi-Fi calling, I couldn't. If I spend time in my basement, I'd be
Yep.
dead out of luck. So
Yeah.
Yep. And then too, we have two different types of internet that we offer. One is, fiber directly to your home, and if you're not on that route, you have fixed wireless, which is still great quality internet as well. So we talk about that on our shows quite a bit too.
Yeah, and we've also talked about like home security, things with like home security cameras and like window alarms and door alarms, things like that with Heartland Security with Nate Ellis. He's been a guest on the show a couple times actually, and he's done a great job in informing the people that what Heartland Security offers. And if you didn't know, Heartland Security is partly owned by Meeker Cooperative. So it's another entity that, another service that we can
Okay.
provide.
Yep.
Right. Fiber also provides phone services. So if you still want to keep your phone as a residential person, you certainly can do that. And then we also, as a business, we sell business packages as well. And Nathan's set up a lot of people with that too.
yeah.
And then the other part is email addresses or email services. So we don't provide email addresses because we want you to be able to take your email address with you when you leave your location. And so there's people that do come forward and need help on how to do that. And so we offer some advice on how to transfer one email address to the other.
Some of it probably
Yeah.
sounds just super simple to you, for doing it every day. But I tell you what, there are people that are out there that just confuses them, and yet
It
there's
does, yep.
so many email services out there that are so simple to use.
Yep, for sure. We've done a couple shows on email for that reason. It's been pretty complicated.
Right.
It seems easy once you do it all day, every day, like we do. But that's why we, again, want to educate people because it is a complicated thing. And not only that, we've done shows on Bo can highlight. We did a show on virtual tours, right, Bo?
We did. That was kind of an interesting topic because I really didn't know too much about it. But when we did some research into it, I mean, whether it's like national parks or zoos, during COVID, a lot of people were doing virtual tours because everything was shut down. Now you can do it if you're just interested in traveling somewhere and maybe not sure if you want to make the trip there. You can test it out by doing a virtual tour. You can visit a museum in another country that you don't maybe have the ability to get to physically, but I mean, go on their website. You can take a tour. It's great. I mean, it's a nice option for people that are maybe on a budget, but they can take a vacation right from the comfort of their own home. And then another big topic we try to tackle is cybersecurity. Now, we've done multiple shows on this because we also put on a class, just like we do our Dreaming of Streaming class. We have a cybersecurity class to keep people safe from hackers, scammers. People text you, people call you, trying to get your information, get your money. We try to make sure people know the best steps to take to stay safe online because we deal with that every day. You could be the smartest person, you could have the most experience with technology, and you're still going to be susceptible to getting hacked or scammed. So that's one thing we like to really push is just being smart, being safe online. And we also have a lot of guests on the show. So Nate's going to talk a little bit about the people that have joined us, like we have Shane joining us today.
Yeah, I mean, we've had a lot of guests within the Maker Co-op and Vibrant to educate different parts of Vibrant and get to know certain people. Shane mentioned I think Bo mentioned we had Tim Mergen, our CEO at the time, do the first ever show, and then we had Luke Johnson, who took over when Tim retired. Was that last year? Luke was on, and then we've had from the co-op Steve Cosbab, Mary Alice, Al Reisman, Mary Petchy, Mike Flotta, Dave Tremmel. We've had a lot of people from the co-op. Just like I said, they all have different expertise. We like to get to know. Al was talking about the line crew and what they do out in the working on the electric lines, and Dave Tremmel was talking about business phone. So everybody kind of has a specialty, and we like to highlight some of that. And on top of that, we've had different subscribers and businesses join us as well.
Right. So Bill Wold was one of our first people that we had for a guest out there, and he is a professor, and so he does his teaching online. So he loves Vibrant. And then
Sure.
Kathy Mashad, who's the part owner of Ramsey Printing and Design, she was also on it, and having a solid internet really has helped her business as well.
And we've had Andy Miller from Miller Automotive on, and he just loves our internet. He promotes it everywhere he can. He tells me that all the time. Every time he sees me,
Yep.
I
And they
keep
need-
pushing your Vibrant. It's like
They need
awesome.
strong internet there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Chris Daniels from Minnesota Beer Company. That was another fun guest to have on. And of course, just last week we had Colin and Andrea Keekley with Prospects and Keeks. And again, where they have our internet and where it's helped them with their business. And that's really, it's fun to have those guests on because you get a kind of a sneak peek inside their businesses, but also, how has Vibrant helped them?
Right.
So let's talk a little bit now about our favorite shows. So we're gonna start with Jane. Jane, what was your favorite show that we did?
Well, we really, with our subscribers, we really push their limits and have them go kind of above and beyond what they're kind of used to, right? So the show that stands out to me is the Home and Gardening. And why I say that is because now I'm the person that's going on to YouTube channels and watching lawn care and gardening things. And so, I've pushed my limits as well, too. So that's one that I use a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, I think one of my favorite. Well, I like every time we have a guest on. Guests are always fun. It's always good to get to know people and businesses and different stuff. But the one that stands out, I think, when Randy Quitney retired, he was our host for a while before, and we did a trivia with Randy episode to send him off because he did Power Quiz in the morning and he was a fan of trivia, which I'm a fan of trivia. So we got to kind of pick his brain about different shows that he's heard us talk about and stuff like that. And that was pretty fun to send him off that way. I kind of enjoyed that one quite a bit.
Bo, what was yours?
You know what? One of my favorite was actually the Streamable episode. And the Streamable is a website that we kind of stumbled upon when we were doing some research into streaming, and it's a kind of a compilation of everything you need to know about streaming. It does updates. You can put in all your shows and movies and kind of figure out where to watch them, what streaming package is the best for you. And I just thought about how much I use that every day. If I'm looking to find a TV show or a movie, I'm like, well, where is that? Like, where's that streaming out of? I just go right to the Streamable, and it's just kind of a fun tool that someone can use if they're either getting into streaming or if they've been doing it for a while and just want to see kind of what's up and coming.
Do I get a favorite?
Yeah, Jeff, what was your favorite show?
My favorite actually was after the show. And she said during the show, I'm going to show you how your Roku can actually work in about 2 clicks rather than 10 clicks. And she did. Way to go, Jane.
Yeah.
Oh, thank
well,
you,
that's
and you're welcome.
that's what we're here for, is that kind of help.
Sure.
My favorite show, it's hard for me to pick a favorite show because it's like, I'm involved in all of them. Of course, we all are. And all these subjects are fun to talk about. I mentioned earlier this morning that how to stream football was kind of a fun one to do. But my favorite one, I think, overall is the smart home devices that we talked about actually earlier this summer. It was in July.
Yep.
And I'm kind of a techie nerd and that kind of thing. I like Star Trek and Star Wars and I like all this technology. And so that one was fun to me because I've got a lot of smart home gadgets in my 1913 built home. And it's been kind of a fun to see that come to fruition. Timers on smart plugs and LED lights with that are dimmable and you can change colors and all on your smartphone. I just think that was fun.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome. So if you've missed anything, you can actually catch us on our replay on Facebook and YouTube. So just search for Vibrant Broadband and we'll be there. Also, listen live every Wednesday at 10:30 on KLFD. And if you have any questions, give us a call, 693-3231, or go to vibrantbroadband.com to learn more.
Well, thank you for hosting us for the 100th time.
Absolutely.
Not that you've been here for all 100,
No.
but you've been here for
I've
at least the
listened to all
last
of them.
while.
There you go.
And thanks, KLFD. Thank you for listening. We love hearing people catch us on the radio, so feel free to mention it if you run into us out and about. My name is Nathan,
I'm Jane.
I'm Shane.
And I'm Bo.
and this has been another Vibrant U Live.
Broadband internet.